How to save $10,000 in 1 year. How to set realistic financial goals for debt payoff. Let's be real for a second. The biggest reason most people fail to save money or pay off debt is simple. They don't take the first step. Sounds familiar, right? Maybe you've told yourself, I'll save later, or I'll pay it off next month. And before you know it, the year's gone, and you're stuck in the same financial rut. So what happened to that new year, new me mentality? Did it get buried under an avalanche of last-minute pizza deliveries? Look, here's the truth. The earlier you start, the less pressure you'll feel later on. Saving $10,000 isn't an impossible task. It's all about breaking it down into small, manageable steps. So let's get started with the first crucial step. Point 1, break it down. Set clear, measurable goals. 90 seconds. The first thing you need to do is break down your goal into smaller, bite-sized pieces. Saying, I want to save $10,000 is great, but it's vague. It's like saying you want to climb a mountain without planning how to get there. If you want to save $10,000 in a year, that's about $833 per month. Break that down even further. Can you save $200 a week? Or maybe $100 this week and increase it as you go? But here's the catch. Consistency is key, and we all know what happens when we get lazy, right? I'll get to that in a second. By breaking it into smaller steps, you give yourself a clear, achievable target that doesn't overwhelm you. This also allows you to adjust your goals if things get tough. Now that you've got the numbers, let's talk about something that might be holding you back, your mindset. Point 2, master your mindset. The power of why, 90 seconds. If you think saving money is all about cutting back on lattes or resisting impulse buys, you're missing the bigger picture. You need to get clear on your why. Quick question, why do you want to save this money? Is it just to stash away cash? Or do you want to be able to enjoy life without the weight of debt hanging over you? When you understand your why, everything changes. You're not just saving money, you're building a future where you feel free, empowered, and at peace with your finances. It's about transforming your lifestyle, and that transformation requires more than just smart moves with money. It requires a shift in your mindset. And speaking of mindset, what's the #1 reason people sabotage their progress? Let me tell you, it's the temptation to spend. Let's talk about how to defeat that temptation. Point 3, automate your savings and debt payments, 90 seconds. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. If you wait until the end of the month to save, the chances are high you'll spend that money on something else. So what's the solution? Automate your savings. You wouldn't wait until the last minute to set up your Wi-Fi, right? So why are you waiting to set up your savings plan? Set up automatic transfers the day you get paid. Pay yourself first. Whether it's $200 or $800 a month, make sure that money is transferred into your savings account before you touch it. This way, you won't even be tempted to spend it. It's out of sight, out of mind. But here's the kicker. It's not just about saving, it's about paying off your debt at the same time. Let's talk about how to balance both. Point 4, overcome temptation. Resist lifestyle creep, 90 seconds. Temptation is real. You know it, I know it, we all know it. So here's the deal. The longer you delay saving or paying off your debt, the more difficult it gets. Lifestyle creep creeps in. You start upgrading your lifestyle when you're not ready. Those little indulgences, those treat yourself moments, they add up. Seriously, that one extra latte might seem harmless, but think of it as a tiny leak in your savings boat. Pretty soon, you'll be swimming in debt, or worse, drowning in it. What's stopping you from starting now? Ask yourself that question. The longer you delay, the harder it gets to break free from that lifestyle. Your future self will thank you for starting now, and you'll get to enjoy the peace of knowing you're building a better future. $1 at a time. But there's one last step that will make everything easier. Want to know what it is? Stay tuned. Point 5, build consistent habits, 90 seconds. Consistency is where the magic happens. It's easy to get excited about saving in the first few weeks, but here's the truth. The real challenge is sticking with it. How many times have you set a New Year's resolution only to let it fade by February? Exactly. But this time is different. The key to long-term success isn't perfection, it's progress. Build small, consistent habits. Skip a meal out, cancel a subscription, or sell an old item you don't need. These habits won't feel like sacrifices because you'll see them adding up. So now that you're building these habits, let's talk about the long-term picture, the future you're working toward. Imagine yourself a year from now, debt-free, financially secure, and living with the freedom to make choices without that constant burden of bills and debt. This is where your consistency and planning will take you. But here's the most important part, your why. Why are you doing this? Let's wrap it all up with one final, powerful secret that will keep you going. Your future self isn't a distant dream. It's a reality you're creating right now. So let's ask yourself one last time, what's your first step? Drop a comment below and let me know how you plan to start your journey. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living your wealthiest life. The time is now. Your future is in your hands. Let's make it count.